Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel, where we break down the biggest political stories shaking up South Africa. Today, we are diving into a bombshell legal showdown involving the economic freedom fighters, better known as the EFF. The party is facing a staggering R15 million lawsuit, and the implications of this case could reshape how political rhetoric is judged in our courts. So stick around, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and drop your thoughts in the comments below. This is going to be a big one. So, what's going on? The EFF has found itself on the receiving end of a multi-million rand lawsuit filed in the Johannesburg High Court. A coalition of farmers and landowners from across the country is accusing the party of racism, defamation, and incitement to illegal land grabs. That's right, the plaintiffs allege that senior EFF members, including party leader Julius Malema, have been publicly encouraging land invasions, particularly through speeches at rallies and public events. They say this rhetoric has endangered lives, damaged property, and led directly to unlawful occupations of private land. The plaintiffs are demanding R15 million in damages. Their argument is that the EFF's fiery statements, often framed around land expropriation without compensation, have created an environment of racial hostility and fear, especially among farm owners. They claim that these statements aren't just talk, but have real-world consequences. From emotional distress to financial loss and even threats to safety, the farmers and landowners involved in the case say they've paid the price for what they describe as dangerous political posturing. But the EFF isn't backing down. The party has slammed the lawsuit as nothing more than a politically motivated smear campaign. According to EFF spokesperson Leanne Matthews, this is simply an attempt to silence the party's legitimate demands for land justice. The EFF insists that their call for land redistribution is a constitutional and moral imperative, and that the lawsuit is trying to criminalize their broader political vision. In their view, it's not about incitement, it's about confronting centuries of dispossession. Now here's where things get really interesting. Legal experts say this case could set a precedent in South Africa, especially on the limits of political speech. Professor Sipho Dlamini, a leading constitutional law scholar, pointed out that the court will have to weigh freedom of expression against the responsibility political leaders carry when their words might inspire unlawful behavior. It's a tough balance. On one hand, political leaders need space to push for radical reforms. On the other, when those words allegedly incite illegal activity, like land invasions, do they then become legally liable? This isn't the first time the EFF has clashed with the law over its rhetoric. The party has faced numerous legal challenges over the years, often stemming from their confrontational approach and unapologetic messaging. But this lawsuit is different, the stakes are much higher. If the court sides with the farmers, we could be looking at financial penalties that hit the party hard, along with new legal boundaries for political activism. And let's be honest, the timing of this lawsuit is crucial. We are heading into the 2026 municipal elections, and the political temperature in South Africa is already rising. The EFF has made land reform a cornerstone of its campaign strategy, positioning itself as the only party willing to take decisive action on land issues. This case could either undermine that narrative or reinforce it, depending on how the public reacts. Critics argue that the EFF's radicalism often crosses the line into populist theatrics. Supporters, however, believe the party is doing what others are too scared to do, challenging the status quo and demanding justice for historically dispossessed communities. But as this lawsuit plays out, the big question is, can political speech that inspires action, even illegal action, still be protected under our constitution? Whether you're for or against the EFF, there's no denying this case touches on deeper national tensions around land, race, and power. These aren't just legal questions, they're moral and political ones too. Is the call for land redistribution being hijacked by radicalism? Or is the system using lawsuits to silence legitimate demands for change? We'll be keeping a close eye on this case as it develops. No court date has been set yet, but the impact is already being felt in political circles and across civil society. As always, we want to hear from you. What do you think? Is this lawsuit justified, or is it an attack on political freedom? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss a deep dive into South Africa's most pressing political stories. See you next time.